What's up, everybody? I am doing my post-game video really late here, but I had a Halloween hangover and I got busy with a lot of stuff, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to make my post-game video late this time. So I'm gonna squeeze in this video along with my pick video, and then my pre-game video against Cleveland I'll probably do Saturday sometime. But wow, there's just a lot to cover here. From the Philly game, it was amazing. It was so many things happened. It was entertaining. It was such a great feeling to win. It was like it was a instant classic game. It's definitely a game I'll look back on from years from now and be like, wow, what a great game that was. So it was an instant classic. So many great things happened. We played terribly, but we got over the hump and was able to step up and get that victory and not have anything else bad happen to us or anything like that. It was just everything, especially at the end of the game, fourth quarter and into overtime, everything just worked out right. And it was a great team victory. It was a team victory, which is what we need. And, so many things happened and, there's a lot of momentum shifts, and I'll try to, there's about 7 or 8 things I sort of made a note in my head, and a list of about 7 or 8 things that happened. I'll try to remember all of them. They won't necessarily be in order, but in terms of momentum shifting, one of the things was when Dak threw his first, well, not his first pick of all, I guess what it was, the second pick in all, but the first pick of the game, not his first career pick. I'm guessing it's his second career pick, but that was like, oh shit, because we were right down there. We were driving down. It was, close to the goal line and everything. And I just think that he kept forcing the ball to Dez, which is a big problem. Tony has done the same thing. And, rookie mistake. And it could have cost us the game. It really could have, but thankfully it did not. And, but I think the problem is, and I was really pissed about this during the game, for the love of God, can we please, on anytime it's first and goal or we're on the 5-yard line, can we please just run the ball with Zeke or run the ball with Dak like he did in that first touchdown where he ran it in? Like, stop if it's on the 5-yard line, it's first and goal, don't fucking throw it and force it to Dez or force it to anybody for that matter, because it's like, that's just stupid. And we did it twice, I believe. And so when you get up to the goal line, just give it to, if they stuff it, then okay, but just at least try to run the ball with Zeke or even with Alfred Morris or with Dak, because Dak can run it in too, and he has. So that pissed me off. It's like, come on, just stop trying to force feed it to Dez, and which is what they did, and they paid for it, and it could have cost us the game. So that was a problem. One of the things I will say also that helped us is that our defense did play like shit, but the main thing is that they kicked field goals. Philly kicked field goals. They were forced to kick field goals, and I think when that happened, I saw that, okay, at least I said to my dad, I said, at least it's not 6 or 7 points. At least it's not a touchdown. I said, if they get a touchdown here, then it's pretty much over, or it's going to be a long, it's going to be a long shot for us to make a comeback. We're going to have to kick an onside kick if they go up 2 possessions. So the fact that we forced them to kick field goals was a big thing. And, field goals, at least it wasn't a touchdown, and that's one of the reasons why we were able to stick in and stay into the game and be competitive in the game, was that they kicked field goals instead of making touchdowns. So that was big, and thank God the defense was able to at least do that, because that's how we were able to eke out that win. Because I don't think that if they had made lots of touchdowns, like an extra touchdown or 2 more touchdowns, it would have been over, or it would have been too much for us to overcome. So that was a big thing. Another area where the momentum shifted was when we got the punt return, or the fake punt, which I did not see that coming. It was funny because it was on Halloween Eve, and I was making some Rice Krispie treats for Halloween, and I had the volume up, and I could hear the TV, and I heard that he had made a fake, and I ran in there. I saw as soon as because the kitchen in my house is not that far from my living room, so I walked in there and I saw him running down. I'm like, oh my God, is that Chris Jones running? Is that our punter? I was like, holy crap! And that was the first time he had ever done that. That was crazy. So that was a momentum shifter. We only got a field goal out of that, but still good enough. I mean, 3 points is better than no points, and then on the defensive side of the ball, 3 points is better than 6 or 7 points. So that was big. Also a very gutsy call too. I like that call. Next momentum shifter was when we caused them to fumble. That was a big deal because I really thought that they were on their way to driving down the field to either get another field goal or, God forbid, another touchdown. So that was a big deal. I was like, okay, we got it. I remember Skip Bayless tweeted, he's like, okay, can we please get a turnover here, either a pick six or fumble recovery? And thankfully we got the fumble recovery. And when that happened, I was like, okay, we're in this. Once again, another field goal. It just barely got in. And see, that's how we won this game. We won it by that much, and it just barely got in. I was like, oh, stay in. And it did. It was very close on the right upright. It just barely squeezed through. I was like, oh my God. That was a miracle. It's like, okay, so just that much, but it went in. So that helped. More points on the board. Wasn't a touchdown, but again, as long as you're getting points on the board, it's all that matters. And it kept us in the game just by that much. So that was a miracle there. What else? The fourth down play, this was in overtime. I love this play. It was 4th and 1, and another great call was going for it. And I was like, oh God, I hope this isn't another repeat of 1995 where we did the load left in Philly back in the old vet days where it was cold as a motherfucker, and the stupid Barry Switzer said, okay, we're just going to do the same play, load left, and then we didn't make it, and the fucking Eagles beat us. But thankfully this time that didn't happen. It was 4th and 1. They brought in Lucky Whitehead, so I thought, okay, they're probably going to fake it to Lucky, like fake an end around or something, and then hand it off to Zeke. But they even tricked me, and they didn't do that, and they just did a quarterback sneak from Dak, and he just pushed, and he got through. I was like, yes! And when that happened, I thought, okay, we're going to win this. That was a big play, and a great call, and I loved that. It worked out perfectly. And then going back to the game-tying touchdown from Dak to Dez, which finally Dez was able to get it. He was still double covered. But I just thought it was an amazing catch. And yes, of course, Dez did catch that. And it was just amazing because he was in double coverage. He had a guy behind him. He had a guy right with him, like in front of him. But it wasn't a pick, thank God. It could have been a pick. And just the way he caught it, because the guy could have batted it down. He had his hands right there. Could have been an incomplete pass or even a pick or something, incomplete pass. But it didn't, and it wasn't. And he caught it. He went down. He held on to it. And it was absolutely a catch and a touchdown to tie the game, send it into overtime. I was like, yes. And that was so awesome. It was just the perfect heat. And, just the way he protected the ball, didn't lose it. The defender couldn't bat it down or pick it off or anything. And what a great, beautiful catch, and to send the game into overtime, I was like, yes, okay, we're back in this. We're going to do this. Another interesting play, can't remember when this happened. Was it in second or third quarter? Was with the fake play from Cole Beasley throwing it to Terrence Williams. Oh, that would have been such a great play. And he overthrew it, or T. Willie wasn't fast enough to catch up to the ball, or both, or I don't know. But, that would have been, because that probably would have been a touchdown, or he might have gotten pushed out of bounds at the 1 yard line or something. But that was so close. And he had like the fingertips on it. But, that would have just changed the momentum right there. And when it happened, it's like, oh, shit. But thankfully, other things happened in the game to where we were able to stay competitive and everything, but that was really depressing that we didn't get it, and I was like, oh no. But yeah, that was all the interesting things that happened that game. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'm sure there is, but God, there's just so many. I mean, Zeke ran so well. Everybody, and once again, spreading the wealth around. Dez got a touchdown. Witten. Oh yeah, of course, the final play. How could I forget? In overtime, So we drive down. I was very confident that Dak could make it. We're driving down the field using Z, because I said, okay, we have a fresh set of time now. You don't have to force feed it to Dez. You don't have to throw it, because it's like, obviously when you get to the end, you have to throw it because you can't kill the clock anymore when you're trying to come back. So, but it was overtime. We had a fresh time and clock to play with it. You know, we had all the time in the world, so we could run. We didn't have to throw it on every play. But once we got down there, I said again, okay, we're getting close to the goal line. Please just run the ball. And then the final play, where from Dak to Witten, the game-winning touchdown. So he hiked the ball, and it was like, okay, oh, it's a passing play, not a. I was like, damn it, oh, you guys why don't you just run it? So I thought, you know, we'll see what we could do. I thought at first that Dak would run it in, so he it started off, he hiked it. He, for like a second, kind of went up like he was going to just cut through and run for it. But then, I guess the pocket kind of collapsed in the front and center. So he went back, kind of curved like he was going to the right, then made a complete turnaround like Romo does, and has in the past. So he curved right away around, and then he saw that Witt was open. He pointed to him. Witt was like, yeah, right here. Boom, threw it to him. And I was like, oh, God. And it's like all of us, I'm sure, were like, it was like, oh, God, is he going to pull a Romo and be an interception, or is he going to be the good Romo and make a touchdown like he has in the past? You know, both upset us and has had come from behind victories. And thankfully, when he threw the ball, it didn't take long to see that great big white jersey all by himself. And I was like, oh, yes. This is like, it was just amazing. It was the perfect play, and what a great ending for Jason Witten to get the cherry on top in terms of having played the most games. I think he beat, Ed Too Tall Jones's record for consistent games and all that. And it was like, oh, it was just unbelievable. I thought, oh, great, now I can relax. I can enjoy my Halloween. And we won, and we beat fucking Philly. We shut up all of our critics that thought Philly was going to win this division. And 6-1. Nobody thought, I watched one of the Philly games where we played Philly back in the 90s, and it showed the screen, and it was the same record. We were 6-1 after we won that game. I was like, wow, 6-1. And I was like, oh, wouldn't that be nice, And then it's like, now we're back to finally 6-1. Are we going to be a Super Bowl team? I don't know, but it's great that we're doing a hell of a lot better than we did last year. That was just perfect play. My heart stopped, and then it was like, oh, unbelievable. And it was one of the best games I'd ever seen in my life. Entertaining game, the best game of the season so far. Probably the best game we've ever played against Philly, at least in recent years, and as far as the victory is concerned. But I was just so happy. The thing is, we won as a team. And just when you think we fucked up and we made too many mistakes, we come back anyway. And the defense played like crap. Dak didn't have a good game, but you know what? We still won. Even when we play like shit, we're still able to win and find a way to win. And it's unbelievable. The chemistry, the youth movement, Dak's poise, and his already has leadership skills and a leadership role at such a young age and as a rookie. Ezekiel Elliott, the feed me more, and he's just already a superstar. All of them are superstars already, meaning Dak and Zeke. And, the defense has a lot of work to do, but, I have faith in Anthony Brown and David Irving and a lot of those guys. It's just the youth movement is unbelievable. And then, of course, you got the veterans like Witten, who are always reliable. So just from top to bottom, it was a great team victory. I'm so happy. It was the best Halloween I've had in a long time, thanks to this win, and I just couldn't be happier. So now that that's done with, we finally got that out of the way. We're ahead in our division, and we got the Cleveland Browns next, and I'll get into that probably on Saturday in my pregame video. So we'll see what happens. They're shit. They're 0-8, but you never know. You don't want to get complacent and just, they're the Browns. Who cares? And then they beat us. So, we got some work to do, and we need to improve on defense and some other areas as well. So we'll see what happens, but I'm really happy so far. Great game, best game I've ever seen. Now let's move on to the Browns. We're confident. Let's not be complacent, and we're going to do it. So next up is my pick'em video, so stay tuned for that, all right? So I'll be back in a few minutes.